I'm a vegan attempting to do a road trip in New Zealand and answer the question of the century. Is it possible for a vegan to enjoy good food on a road trip? My aim is to visit 5 cities to find out the best vegan food, but this road trip could go very wrong as I have no idea what's to come. And it would only be even dumber to go as a vegan. Imagine being stranded in a mountain with no vegan food to eat and end up like this rabbit, which only leaves one person for this job. So, I have here with me this car. No. Guess what car we got? Guess it now. This is the car. Amazing. But I can't drive, so the sister and the sister boyfriend voluntarily took up the role as the driver. I'm at the back with the mother slacking. Kicking off the epic New Zealand vegan road trip, our first stop was Portershed Cafe, a fully vegan cafe in Christchurch. They had the fridge stocked up with pies and baked goods that looked too good to pass up, so I ditched the menu and got myself a sausage roll, a cheesy mite scroll, and a cheese and mince pie. I also picked up a muffin and a pink donut for the road trip. Went a little overboard, but I mean, who could blame me? First up, the cheesy mite scroll. It's cheese and Vegemite. Who knew such combi existed? Not me. The black bits of Vegemite gave that salty umami kick while the cheese balanced it out. The bun itself could have been fluffier if it was fresh, straight off the oven. Next was this very flaky sausage roll, topped with spring onion and served with onion marmalade sauce. The inside was filled with vegan mock meat that was convincingly meaty. It was my first time trying onion marmalade and it tasted very sweet, slightly tangy and packed with so much flavour. It was amazing. Combined with that pie, it was a match made in heaven. Then we have the mince and cheese pie. The inside was all cheesy and meaty. Yummy! And it also came with the divine onion marmalade sauce. Fast forward to breakfast next day because I didn't eat it on the road. I can only imagine how much fluffier the donut and muffin would have been if I ate them fresh. Now for the ratings. I'll be rating out of 5 based on these criteria. Number 1, value. Is the food worth it? Am I gonna pay $17 for a few zucchinis? Number 2, quality. How creative is the vegan food? It's a 0 star for cliche vegan food like fries and salad. And lastly, satisfaction. How much joy does the food bring? Portershed Cafe killed it! Pretty worth it for what you get. The quality of the vegan food was off the chart. I mean, it's a vegan cafe. It's a 4.3 out of 5 and we are off to a great start. Even though our first stop is a fully vegan cafe, I have no idea what's to come. What if I'm just eating fries and salad throughout the trip?
Anyway, so
we have arrived at our first city, Akaroa. I was most worried for this stop since it's a tiny town that's not really a touristy area. And even worse, it was drizzling and already dark outside when we were heading out for dinner. Thankfully, Boulangerie was still open and they had quite a few vegan options. First up, I got their Kumara roasty sliders for $19. And these sliders were so cute! The mini buns were toasted on the inside and were just fluffy clouds of goodness. The Kumara roasty was super crispy and sweet. They paired perfectly with the sweet corn relish and slaw. Chef's kiss! Next were these vegan pan-fried dumplings at $19 as well. Not the cheapest. I can buy 2 big bags of frozen dumplings. The dumplings and the chili jam sauce tasted nothing I've ever had before. Not the usual Asian flavour. The meat dumpling was so meaty, I almost thought it was the real meat for a second there. I was a little skeptical when ordering them, but they turned out to be a pleasant surprise. For a small seaside town, Boulangerie has some pretty decent vegan options. The food was yummy, but it was on the pricier side. I rated it 3.9 out of 5. Let's go! Rouge gets a 0 out of 5 for no vegan savoury food, but I had my muffin and donut, so I'll close my eyes. And a cheese farm. Yeah. Vegan. Okay, nice. A vegan and a cheese farm. What's a road trip if you don't visit an alpaca farm? Hello. It's a full mark, but -1 point because I couldn't see or touch the alpaca and their pig fluffiness due to the rain the night before. Shipping time. The species of New Zealand. We have here the purple. Mission abort, mission abort. Wow! Now we are in the jungle. And we have dew. Yummy. And do you want to see the view? It's coming, it's coming. Hello. It's so pretty. The view. The view. The view. Just taking in the fresh air with my imaginary friend. It's so fresh. You need to. We are going to the deep woods. This is Larry. Larry is a Christmas tree. It smells like a Christmas tree. And now we have found the national species of New Zealand. And we have Spencer there. Meh. We're getting dinner at this 4 square supermarket. Let's go. Dinner was kurma curry rice and kapiti ice cream. And we are off to our second location. Oh, she's a runner, she's a track star. She's a runner. Hello. Okay, bye. It's Bakeyvakey adventure time. We're now heading into the forest. Oh, it's so tough. It's only been 1 minute. Less than it. Oh my god. Before we make our way there, we made a pit stop at Fairlie Bakehouse. I ordered their only vegan option, curried lentil pie for $6.50. First off, I love that they chose lentil as the main ingredient. It's high in protein, unlike those half-hearted vegan options some places throw on the menu, just to tick the box. The pie looked yummy, very flaky pastry with a sprinkle of sesame and pumpkin seed on the top for that extra crunch. The curry spices were spot on and the lentils were perfectly cooked. Now let's break down the ratings. Standard market price, protein-rich pie. Tommy was satisfied. I rated a 3.9 out of 5. And we're ready to get back on the road. 2.66 for Magnum ice cream. Say no less, it's a 4.5 out of 5. If it was flavoured like caramel, oof! 5 out of 5, man. After a 4-hour journey from Akaroa, we reached our second spot, Lake Tekapo. Even though it's a small town, it's super touristy, but now the concern is, will the food be worth it or straight up daylight robbery? Shall find out. We found the next species of New Zealand. It's the she's a runner, she's a track star. Okay, bye. Amazing view. There's Mars. And where's the moon? Here's the menu. It's dinner time and we stumbled upon, no just kidding, I did some research, this adorable pizza truck called Dolce Pizza. And I ordered their vegetarian pizza with vegan cheese for $29. First impression, some parts of the pizza were a bit burnt on the top, or maybe they were just brownie batter. Despite that, the pizza was super fluffy and packed with lots of flavor. There were plenty of toppings, so I wouldn't mind a bit more vegan cheese to up the gooey and cheesy factor. Now for the ratings. $29 for a pizza is not too bad. Even with a small truck and a small menu, they still have vegan cheese. Amazing. Overall, a satisfying meal. 4.3 out of 5. Good morning, sleepyheads! It's a new day and I'm here. We found a rainbow. It's a new species of New Zealand. roaming down now. After a breathtaking morning hike up Mount John, POV, you're there just now. I bought this vegan mince and cheese pie from the mart. Ideally, you're supposed to oven bake it for that perfect flaky pastry, but I took the microwave shortcut because I have places to go. After a short nuke session, the pie came out a little soggy. Inside, the mincemeat and gooey vegan cheddar cheese were bursting with lots of juice and flavor. So tasty! $4 for a vegan mince and cheese pie that tasted so good. It's a thumbs up for value, creativity and satisfaction. A solid 4 out of 5. We made a pit stop at Twizel Chippery on our way to our 4th town for a midday pick-me-up snack and a little road trip car boat picnic experience. $8 for large curly fries. Since it was just a snack instead of a full meal, I rated a 2.5 out of 5. 2 hours later, we've reached the 3rd spot of our epic vegan road trip, Wanaka, and headed straight to dinner at Whaka Pie because they had vegan cheese available for the pizza. Me, being the pizza connoisseur that I am, went for the $24 veggie pizza with vegan cheese, but I totally forgot to tell them I wanted the vegan option. They had to remake the pizza, but thankfully the staff seemed quite chill about it. The crust had that crispy edge and the toppings were a good mix of spinach, basil pesto, tomato olives, capers, nuts and pumpkin seeds. Who knew pumpkin seeds could work on a pizza? The cheese was good, but they could have sprinkled a little bit more to make it extra cheesy. At least they didn't charge extra for the vegan cheese, which is a big plus. $24 for a decent sized pizza was pretty affordable. Creativity and satisfaction, pretty good. It's a 4 out of 5. Solid stop for our first night in Wanaka. Wakey wakey, beautifuls! Day 5 of the trip and the sun wasn't even out, and here I am standing outside of Doughbin Bakery. There were 2 vegan options available there, 1 pie and 1 sandwich. I grabbed the vegan roasted veg curry cashew pie for $6.50 because it's award-winning. The pie was piping hot, crispy on the outside and creamy on the inside. Some of the chopped veggies looked like pork. False alarm! It wasn't. Crisis averted. The flavors was spot on. Delicious curry flavor, comforting and hearty, especially on a cold day. Pretty decent at $6.50. Wasn't expecting such a unique flavor for a pie. Totally worth the early morning pie adventure. It's a 4.1 out of 5. And I'm freezing. The sun hasn't come out. 8 degrees and I'm wearing 2 layers. I needed a hot matcha that would burn my booty hole. So I found this place with both matcha and plant-based milk options. I ordered a matcha and top up $1 for the oat milk. The matcha arrived in this beautiful green ceramic cup that matched my drink. Matchy! It was warm and creamy with a high quality matcha taste. No indoor sitting, so I shivered my way through the drink, but it did help to defrost my body. For that, I'll give it a 5 out of 5. If not, I would have died from frostbite. And the video will end here. What a nice day to skydive. If only... Only $479 with a plane ride included that flew up 15,000 feet above ground. A professional skydiver that was responsible for my life being hit by the air for up to 60 seconds, having a roller coaster experience at the end of the free fall, and then being able to control the parachute myself. I would say it's pretty worth it. Ate lots of air. Tummy was a bit upset. I rated 100 out of 5. Was feeling a little nauseous after jumping out of the plane, so what do you need? You need some tacos, so we are here at Amigos for a light snack. They even got a separate menu that highlights all the allergens. These tacos were beautiful. I went for 2 soft tacos. They were topped with this creamy white sauce and a sprinkle of both spring and red onions. The cauliflower taco with pumpkin and sunflower seeds was tender and packed with lots of flavor, especially with a splash of green salsa for that extra kick. And the other taco was just sweet potato perfection. A mix of sweet potato, regular potatoes, and fried jalapenos. Super soft, extremely sweet, and just downright heavenly. Amigos nailed it on all fronts. Decent cost, quality vegan option, and very satisfying. 4.2 out of 5. The tacos were so appetizing. We went straight to Burger Club to eat more. They happened to have a vegan option called Tree Hugger at $17.50. First off, the burger was massive! The sesame buns were fluffy clouds holding together the crispy Beyond patty that was perfectly smashed, and gooey vegan cheese melted just the way I like it. The pickles, lettuce, and club sauce all added layers of flavor and texture, and the amount of cabbage. Oof! $17.50 for a burger this size and quality was so worth it. It's a solid 4.7 out of 5. Next stop was Charlie Brown Food Truck for some crepe. They had vegan options available, and I was most excited for the whipped cream, or so I thought. I ordered the Charlie Brown crepe, vegan version of course. It came with banana, walnut, caramel, and whipped cream for $15. I was speechless collecting my crepe because there wasn't any whipped cream. Despite that, it was still delicious. The crepe was crispy on the edges and soft in the middle, and the caramel was amazing, especially the last part where it soaked up the crepe. Oh! Let's break it down. It was quite pricey for $13. I don't think it was worth it, but they had lots of vegan options available, and the soaked up crepe was so good. I rated a 3.4 out of 5. Ooh! This is what I found. In the middle of nowhere.
Magnum.
Yeah.
This for $5 just to eat it in the cold, and it's broken. First bite. Second bite. Ding ding ding. Listen carefully, BBs. I'm about to review
Francesca.
one of the ultimate highlights of my epic New Zealand vegan road trip. I've had my fair share of delicious food on this journey, but what I've experienced here at Francesca Italian Kitchen was nothing short of extraordinary. The pièce de résistance, the tattoo pizza for $27. The pizza with perfectly baked dough, generous amount of mushrooms, vegan mozzarella that looked too good to be true, and then the smell of truffle oil hit me like a train. The mozzarella was unbelievably creamy and cheesy. The texture of the dough was so fluffy and soft with the perfect chew to it, all thanks to the 48-hour sourdough process. Every bite was chef's kiss. How does it fare overall? $27 for this level of pizza experience. It was worth every single cent. They have a dedicated vegan menu, and most importantly, the pizza redefined my expectations. Hands down, the best pizza I've ever had. 1,000,000 out of 5. Going strawberry picking today, but we don't know if there's strawberries or not. It's strawberries. Oh my god. It's so sweet. It's like honey. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Transition time. As we were driving around Cromwell, the fam dragged me to Stoaker room, famous for smoking stuff in a wine barrel cooker, and luckily they had some vegan options. I ended up with a smoked cauliflower which came with house-made smoky hummus, chimichurri, spiced maple walnuts, and roasted potatoes for $21. The cauliflower had this nice subtle roasted smell, and the balsamic glaze they drizzled on top was the star. It It was a nice meal, but $21 for about half a smoked cauliflower feels quite expensive, and there were only vegan options in the light dishes and not a la carte. I rate it a 3 out of 5. Guess what I found in the middle of nowhere? Oh my god, what kind of creatures are these? They look so scary. Holy cow. They are Highland cows. Highland cows.
Huh?
Come on.
I'm in the land of shoots. We are now at this casual fine dining restaurant called Muttonbird. Doesn't sound vegan at all, but they had a separate vegan menu. For starter, the fam ordered the sourdough from a non-vegan menu which came with coffee butter, and I was ready to eat it plain, and then poof! The staff brought me a black vinegar dip knowing I'm vegan. So sweet of them! The sourdough had a good bite to it with a perfect crispy edge. Next up, the blooming onion, seasoned with salt and vinegar for $9. It arrived looking gorgeous. It came with both vegan and non-vegan dips again. The onion was sweet, batter was crispy and delicious, and the vegan aioli was so light and airy, pairing perfectly with the sweet onion and crispy batter. We also tried the zucchini with pineapple and basil for $17. It had this surprising tom yum flavour, probably from some lemongrass. Very tasty, but the price seemed quite steep compared to the onion. But I guess they made it out by having this unique looking deep fried bread with kimchi-like veggies and aioli on the house. It was fluffy, airy, chewy, and when combined with the aioli, it was phenomenal. For my main course, I had the heritage pumpkin with cumin and a creamy mint sauce in the center for $27. The pumpkin had multiple texture. The thick bottom part was super soft and the thin top part was super crispy. The pumpkin seed added an extra crunch, making the dish truly wonderful. It was like a mother and child reunion. Overall, the service was top-notch. The staff knew the menu inside out and catered to me perfectly. Food was amazing, though it was a mixed bag on course. This wasn't even on my list, all thanks to the sister, but I'm glad we went. A solid 4.3 out of 5. Last day in Wanaka, and you know I couldn't leave without getting my Doughbin bakery vegan pie fix before we hit the road to our 4th stop. Eating this vegan roasted veg curry cashew pie in the back of the car, rain pouring outside and not having to worry about driving. This is what I call a 5-star road trip experience. We took a rainy detour to Arrowtown, but the weather wasn't on our side, so we couldn't explore as much as we hoped, and all I ate was a free chocolate fudge sample. And the next thing I know, we have reached our 4th stop, Queenstown! We have reached our accommodation in Queenstown, and here's the view. Wow, so pretty! The fall colors. Omo. The sister and the sister boyfriend love meat and saw Bavarian having an all-you-can-eat meat platter deal, and I was pleasantly surprised by the vegan options they had. I went for the wannabe schnitzel, which came with 2 huge plant-based schnitzel, salad with balsamic glaze and fries for $28. The schnitzel was nicely tender and well seasoned, super crispy and meaty like a giant chicken nugget. I stowed my mom's burger, which had plant-based schnitzel, pickled cucumber, nuts, veggies, and vegan aioli, all packed in a pretzel bun with fries for $21. I preferred the burger since there were more flavors going on instead of just dipping the schnitzel into chili or mustard sauce. The cost was decent, solid vegan choices, and the tummy was happy. 3.7 out of 5. We happened to walk past cookie time after lunch, and I was curious if they had any vegan options, and they did! I saw one cookie called Melt in My Mouth Chocolate Madness, with a tagline that said, "Trust me, I'm the bomb." How could I not get it? The cookie was fresh out of the oven, super soft and chocolatey. $10 for 3 with only 1 vegan cookie that was so good. Cookie Time gets a 4-star. Look what I found. Coconut bacon? 100% vegan. I get this. or this? Cheesy bacon style mac. Oof. Ooh! Creamy, cheesy. It's so good. Creamy. The price was a little steep for frozen ready-to-eat meals, but it hit the spot. 4.1 out of 5. Hello, Aura. Can you guess what's the temperature now? It's 0 degrees. Okay, I'm with my cozy oatmeal, which is cold. I'm shivering, but let the day begin. Oh my god, I'm so cold. I need to go like, Day 8 of the epic New Zealand vegan road trip, and I'm now feeling pretty confident that most cafes have decent vegan options. So we stopped by Pantry by Frank's to fill out before our big adventure. More on that later. We spotted a vegan toasty, vegan Kit Kat, and a vegan cinnamon donut for $5. Normally, I would go for savoury food like the sandwich, but freshly baked vegan donuts are hard to find in Singapore, so I had to get the donut and Kit Kat. First up, the vegan Kit Kat tasted like crispy cereal bits dipped in chocolate. It was good, but not life-changing. Next, the cinnamon donut covered in sugar and cinnamon was super fluffy and pretty yummy. In terms of value, it was pretty standard in this economy. For the quality, a random cafe with such a good range of vegan options, I'll give it a 3.5 star. Breakfast spot number 2. Bonjour, madame. Madame? After having some desserts, I needed something savoury ASAP, and we happened to walk past Ma Boulangerie, and they had 2 vegan sandwiches for $10.40 each. I went for the hummus and sun-dried tomato sandwich and got it toasted. The baguette was loaded with sesame seeds and was almost a little bit too crunchy for my mouth. The hummus and sun-dried tomato filling were on point, but it was nothing compared to the one I had at Fergbaker. Overall, for cost, it was pretty reasonable. Even though the crunchy baguette wasn't my favorite, but the filling made up for it, I'll rate it a 3.7 out of 5. My sister just got engaged. I'm having bubbles. We decided to grab lunch at this Italian restaurant called Giovi to see if it can beat the truffle pizza from Francesca Italian Kitchen. Vegan? Not vegan. I ordered the 12-inch veggie pizza with tomato, basil, vegan cheese, and seasonal veggies for $28, including a $4 vegan cheese top-up. Thankfully, it was still cheaper than the non-vegan options. The pizza looked alright, lots of olives and wild rocket, but the flat crust was quite disappointing. I'm all about that fluffy crust life. Anyways, the tomato sauce was sweet, but I wish there was more cheese to make it cheesier. For $28, the taste didn't justify the price, but it was still a decent vegan pizza, not complaining at all because at least they have vegan cheese. 3.9 out of 5. Maple tree! Alright, back and safe. They have dairy-free yogurts, all kinds of tofu, vegan cheese, and pesto. Plant-based, veg. Amazing. Plant-based jerky? You're coming home with me. It's ice cream time. Plant-based, vegan. We are at Lord of the Fries, a place I've been wanting to try because a fully vegan fast food chain. Oh my god. Yes, please. The big spicy burger was everything I hoped for. It really packed a punch with its spiciness. The buns were perfectly toasted and the patty was super meaty and flavorful, and the cheese was all melty and gooey. So absolutely love it. Next up, the barbecue rib sandwich. The sauce was smoky, sweet and savory all at once. Just wow. And the munchbox nugget. They were the cutest drumsticks I've ever seen. Oh my god. and it tasted exactly like chicken nuggets. Crispy exterior with tender, juicy meat inside. I was so shocked. Even the family member was also shocked too. For those out there saying vegan food tastes like cardboard, you just haven't tried the good stuff yet. Trust me, this was next level. Lot of fries, hit all marks on value, quality of the vegan option, a fully vegan fast food shop. Oof! What more can you ask for? 4.9 out of 5. Do you want to go to Mrs. Ferg Gelateria for some desserts? I've already been to Fergbaker and Fergbaker, so it's only fair to complete the whole gang, right? I asked for their vegan flavors, hoping for some vegan gelato, and they handed me a menu with all the allergens. Surprise, surprise, the only vegan options were sorbets. I picked the most unique flavor on the menu, gooseberry and elderflower. The sorbet was perfectly sweet with a creamy, stretchy texture and not the usual icy sorbet. One scoop for $7.50 was a little pricey. No vegan gelato, but they had a clear allergen menu. Overall, a 3.4 out of 5. You're coming home with me. Vegan buttery chicken. So for heaven. Day 9 of the epic New Zealand vegan road trip, and guess what I'm having for breakfast? Pie! What a stew! I finally had the time to bake it properly, and when I pulled this little baby out of the oven, it was golden brown perfection. Unlike that pie microwave disaster at Lake Tekapo, it's very creamy with a hint of Indian spices. The chicken shreds apart.
Oh god,
one of
so
the
good.
best pies I've had in New Zealand, and at $3.99, it's a solid 4.8 out of 5. Before we head back to Christchurch, I couldn't leave Queenstown without grabbing my absolute favourite, the quinoa and black bean baguette from Fergbaker. It was also featured in my $10 versus $100 challenge, and let me tell you, it was still as amazing. This baguette was hands down one of the best things I've tasted during this trip. 100 out of 5. Bye! I'll be my last one. See you when I see you. Bye, Queenstown! On our way back to Christchurch, we just had to make a detour to our all-time favourite spot, Francesca Italian Kitchen in Wanaka. We couldn't leave New Zealand without one last visit. We ordered the vegan wild mushroom ragu for $34, and I also got my beloved truffle pizza. The ragu was coated in this rich, earthy flavour of the mushroom, and I thought it was the usual creamy tomato-based style, and it fell a little short. Now for the real star, once again it was the pizza, and I can't stress how mind-blowing good this pizza was. It's so good, it's worth making a trip down to Wanaka just for Francesca Italian Kitchen. We have reached our final stop. With only one day to explore Christchurch, I had to narrow the list down to one cafe, which was Bohemian Bakery. It's not a vegan bakery, but they had vegan croissant. They even got pain au chocolat and vegan almond croissant. Guess what I got? I got all three, obviously. First up, the vegan pain au chocolat was crispy, flaky and soft on the inside. There were 2 compartments for chocolate, but they could have used a little bit more chocolate to really hit that sweet spot for me. Also, the layers could have been more aromatic. Then came the moment I was waiting for, the vegan almond croissant. This thing was a beast. Huge and heavy, it did not disappoint. The almond topping added this amazing crunch to the flaky croissant. The almond filling was perfectly sweet and creamy. I could have easily devoured another one, but I had to save some space for other food. Bohemian Bakery was an amazing find, reasonably priced. The almond croissant was hands down the best. This place is a must visit if you're in Christchurch. 5 out of 5. We stumbled upon this cute little spot. I was totally prepared to just grab a basic sorbet, but they had vegan desserts. Oof! And I couldn't resist myself, and I got a vegan Charlie's chalky cake dessert with a scoop of pomegranate and berries ice cream for $15.90. First off, the presentation was so cute. Berry sauce drizzled all over, powdered sugar on top, and it even came with some sweet cream. The cake itself was fluffy and delicious, but if it was a lava cake, holy cow, that would have been legendary. The sorbet was not just tasty but also creamy and stretchy. For the ratings, Rollickin Gelato Cafe scored for value, vegan options available, and taste. It's a 4 out of 5. We have made it to the final stop and we are ending things at Burger. I ordered the vegan beef and cheeseburger, which featured their mushroom, quinoa and walnut patty. The vegan bun was a bit flatter than the usual burger bun, but it was gluten-free and still looked like a bread, so good job. The patty was thick with a double C, but somehow crispy on the edges too. It might not have been the best looking vegan burger, but it was surprisingly good. For cost, $19 was pretty reasonable. The quality of the vegan options was awesome, and the flavour was definitely there. I rate it a 3.9 out of 5.